Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nas and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. Naj and Jay here. What do you mean? Why are you being extra? Why are you being quiet? Are you trying to remember?
No.
You know, he's trying to focus.
I'm really not.
He's about to sell you the best line of his. This is about to be the line of his life.
I mean, I am going to get that part right, but I was just, hey everybody. Yeah.
Welcome to your evening sip of local news, what's happening, and
real world mess. I am Jay Street Jr., your local singer, songwriter, youth advocate, and artivist.
Why are you?
She told me to sell it. She said sell it like I can't sell.
I did, but see,
sell it.
There's a difference between selling it and making me a little uncomfortable.
Sell it. I'm celibate.
I don't even. I'm Nasha Nicole, and I is tired. I is tired. And we got a lot to talk about, okay? Before we get into that, make sure you listen to the replay of this show on WJVSradio.com, Delaware's Grown Folks Radio, where there will be we will be on again on Thursdays. Great. All right. What are we talking about today?
Start with flowers, right?
What are we talking about today?
Oh, well, we're definitely going to talk about the city council meeting.
City council meeting. That has tripled its views in 1 month.
Justifiably.
We're also going to talk about what is the appropriate time when should you bring a newborn out in public? And not just family, but in public. And
Brittney Spears, for sure.
Brittney Spears, because why not?
And a lot more.
I also want to address some things. We're going to talk about Brittney Spears for one reason, but I'm going to bring in some other things that I need to talk about too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, flowers. I have flowers for Shannon Lawley, who put on an awesome event this past Saturday, Pink Gumbo 3, which is a breast cancer awareness fundraiser. The singers at this event, I was hosting, and here's something I realized. For the last few times that I've hosted something, I never said my name.
Oh my gosh, what in the world?
I don't know why.
That's bizarre.
I think I just ready to get to work, and I don't say my name.
I get it, but it's really
But
funny.
I realized I never said my name for the last two hosting gigs that I did.
All those pageants and everything.
I
That's
know.
the funniest thing.
This is hilarious.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you something. I was ready to throw my shoe at some of these singers. All of the singers. It was a beautiful range of women with just so many different techniques and songs and styles and voices. I mean, some of them.
Nobody should ever get cocky around here.
Let me tell you. So he had Chef O, his brother, who did platters. That mac and cheese. And them green beans and that chicken, my God. He had vendors. The sound was on point. The band, Soul Synthesis. Y'all, listen, the event was popping. It was really popping. And I am so appreciative that he considered me to be the host for the event. I got to meet his mom. She is so lovely, a breast cancer survivor. So love and flowers to all of the breast cancer survivors and the people who are currently dealing with breast cancer and cancer in general, because I have family members who have suffered from cancer, died from cancer, are dealing with cancer. So I get it. But the event was awesome. So I just wanted to send him flowers.
Get your regular checks.
Yes, get your mammograms. Flowers to my Uncle Gerald Chavis for last Thursday. The show was great. You know, people. Jay laughed because I'm critical of myself.
You're hypercritical to the point of it being problematic.
I think he's nauseated by me at this point because.
No. It's just you got to have a reasonable perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful to everyone who came out and who made the event as special as it was. You know, it was on my actual birthday. I brought in my 32nd year with a bunch of people that I love and adore. So thank you for that. Flowers to Jay Street Jr. for coming and taking the video and those drop dead gorgeous photos.
How'd you like the video?
Can we not? I haven't watched the video because I don't want to throw up looking at myself.
Yeah, you guys should have seen the amount of people just throwing up in the audience at her performance. Like, ah, ah. It was woof. Never seen such a thing in my life.
Listen, everybody, you know, everybody has their.
That wasn't
critiques,
applause.
so.
It was puking.
Anyway, Jay is doing a phenomenal job going around this city and taking photos. And I got the chance to have my photo taken at this show. And I'm so, like, I love the pictures that I've seen so far. And I'm excited to see the rest of them. Are there more?
How'd you like the video?
I haven't watched the video, and I will. I will make sure I watch that video. And there's, go ahead. You do yours.
Yeah, Ellesmere Fire Company. Last Thursday, I was taking my son to class and got a text from my wife that someone was working in the backyard, like not our backyard, but like next door neighbor. And it was concerning her because there was fire. So I checked with the neighbor and said, hey, I think something might not be going in the direction that it should. And I probably could have and should have pulled up the video from it because it made the news it made the news. And someone was trying to burn down bamboo, and it got to the point where I think if we'd have let that go for another 2 to 5 minutes, that people would have lost their homes. It was that bad. It was one of those situations that was right on the line. And, you know, Ellesmere Fire Company showed up. It's a volunteer fire company, as far as I understand. And they fixed a huge potential problem quickly. One of my brothers from another mother, Terrence, is a fireman. And I always have said that they are heroes. And once again, firemen proved to be heroes. So just thank you to the Ellesmere Fire Department for stopping the fire and almost for sure, you know, saving people's homes. Don't play with fire, guys. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're not an expert, don't just, you know, decide that you want to start burning stuff down to get rid of it quickly. Like, fire can spread super quick, especially on, like, in fall when they're dry leaves, blah, 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 blah. Like, so thank you, Ellesmere Fire Company, for doing your job. Listen, and even if you are, we don't want any, you know, wildfires anywhere. But anyway, yeah, thank you.
Woo! Flowers to Toya Coleman, who is a single mother of 4 who is going back to school.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chasing her dream to become a nurse. So listen, as a mother of 3 with a husband, I couldn't imagine going back to school right now. Could not. So God bless you, and I wish you all the strength to get through these semesters, especially as a nursing student. Lord have mercy. You gotta be smart for that. Also, flowers to Theater N. I didn't tell you this, but they are like booked and busy. Okay, they have been doing the thing.
No, that's one of our homes.
Yes,
that's plain and simple, and that whole staff is
amazing.
We love everybody there. Period.
I love everyone. So flowers to all of you. Okay, what's happening this week?
Yeah, give me the first one.
True Access Capital, empowering possibilities, planning for growth. So they have a annual meeting at the Hyatt Place Wilmington Riverfront.
What's the event called?
A fireside chat with
There we go.
Casita Lewis, with Meshach Stennett, and that's October 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. At the Hyatt Place Wilmington Riverfront. Sorry, there's a lot to read on the flyer. I'm gonna make sure I get the main points. And we also have 90s R&B happy hour at the Nomad. Hey Shane Productions drink specials Friday, October 27th from 5 to 8 p.m.
DJ D Mills, the Sonic Healer.
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to get him booked. If anybody is watching this and knows Darnell, tell him to respond to my text message because I'm trying to book him.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a beam. Darnell came to our block party and spun house music.
Listen, that's what I want.
I am not and have never been a fan of house music, but
Listen,
I thoroughly
listen.
enjoyed what he spun, and whatever house music dancing skills that I might have, like they were about this close to just popping out. Like I was about to be.
We had a whole line of women.
He did a really
doing
good
they
job.
Thing. It was really dope.
It was cool for sure.
And you know what I loved about it? It was just enough for you to dance and just enough for you to feel like the vibes.
But he picked a specific vibe.
Yes.
Like, and I'm not, listen, I'm not going to even try to front like I'm some house music.
I
don't know anything
I just
about
like
house.
what he played.
But the house that I've heard just in passing, I'm sure it has its own thing, but like he really found this like soulful, spiritual spin on it, and it was really cool. And I was like, wait, this is actually.
I like
this is different.
I like it.
Yeah, I could dig it. Yeah.
So yeah.
I felt sophisticated.
Very much so.
Even though I'm not.
You're not. Saturday, October 28th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Dia de los Muertos. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it was good. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. It was good.
What am I doing wrong?
It's going to be a great event, and I'm excited for it again.
Walking Among the Ancestors. This will be at the Delaware Art Museum. This is a yearly event. We've been there twice.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And both times we went, we had a great time. So make sure you guys head on over there.
Yep.
1609 Lounge and Social, Halloween costume party, Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm loving all the costume parties because y'all know I loves me a good costume. Oh, and next Monday we'll be in our costumes. 501st. How you say this? 501st?
The 501st.
Oh.
Wow. I'm not even going to do you dirty right now.
Because I did me dirty.
But no, where is it? Which one is this called?
This is the Newark Halloween Parade.
Because they're going to see either way. Y'all go to the bottom of the flyer right quick. Look at the bottom. You see where it says 501st Legion, 1st State Garrison?
Somebody
What you want to say? You want to say 501st. We the 501st boys. What in the world?
That's the cool way to say
501st. Oh, that's how we spin that. Okay.
It's Sunday, October 29th at 3 p.m.
For shame.
Newark Halloween Parade. Make sure you guys get your costumes. And then also Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Fall Festival, Concord Pet Supplies of People's Plaza. Free samples, snack station, raffles, costume contest, pin the spider on the web, trick-or-treating for pets and kids. And then People's Plaza will also have a trunk or treat and 2023 car meet. Sunday, October 29th from 10 a.m. to noon. And I don't know if you have my flyer.
I do.
You do? Okay. Also Saturday, so y'all know I work in Cultural Affairs office. And we are having our very first Halloween parade.
Well, where is it? Hold on. Keep going.
And this is my first event that I curated
no, I didn't.
for the city. Okay.
We put it up last week. That's why I didn't put it back, but I should have.
Okay. Well, it's on my page. It'll be on the Naj and J page. It's on the City Fest.
And I'll put it on my page too.
It's going to be everywhere. But and I did a video, but it's at the UAE, the amphitheater outdoors, and there's tons of stuff going to be happening. It's October 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the UAE at 16th and Walnut Street. 360 booth. Bring your costumes. Every 30 minutes, we're going to parade the stage with the costumes. Free food, free drinks, not alcoholic, but like drinks for the kids and parents, apple cider. There's going to be arts and crafts, face painting, music. Like, y'all, this is about to be so much fun. So make sure you come out. I'm going to be in a costume. Unfortunately, Jay won't be there because he's a terrible person. But come on out and have a good time, completely free.
Again, the main point of this specific event is, well, there's an obvious Halloween thing for fun and celebration, but is to really use this as a tool to connect the UAE to the local residents.
Yeah.
You know, we want East Side to show up and show out in all the good ways.
Yes.
And just have a good time with their family, you know, and that's it. So, yeah, I can't make it, but rest assured that if I could, I would. And support Naj's first, you know, big event. I'm sure it's going to be successful. So yeah.
Don't let me look bad. I told him I did all this work, which I did, and I don't want them to be like, "You ain't do nothing, heifer.
Right.
You ain't done nothing."
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one more for you. Also on Saturday, this one goes from I'm bad at this too.
You can't see.
I
You
can't
blind
see.
as a
This
bat.
one goes from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's right at Sam Church. It's the Poor People's Campaign, and this is an organization that I recently got involved in, and they reached out to me, found me, and actually Noelle Picara played a big role in dragging me in.
Hi,
But I got
Noelle.
but she dragged me in happily, and they're an organization that their whole goal is to basically end poverty in America, and they're having an event at Sam Church, not all day, but for a big chunk of time on Saturday, and I'll be there at 10 to open up and do some of my artivist work. So I'll be playing a couple of songs, maybe 3 or so, and then Noelle will be after me, and it should be a good event. And I'm actually kind of excited to get to know this group of people because I've Zoomed with them and met them in that regard, but haven't met anyone face to face. So I'm looking forward to this, and it's obviously for a good cause. So yeah.
Awesome. So that's what's going on. We'll be posting some flyers. I'll make sure to do that tonight. That way everybody can see what's going on throughout the week. You want to take a shot before we get into this?
We going right into the city?
We about to go right into the city council
rock and roll.
meeting.
Let me get my juices flowing.
Ooh, Lord, maybe I should take one too.
No.
So last week on my birthday, there was a city council meeting, as they have every month, right?
As well they should.
As well they should. And the big ticket.
Cheers to the city of Wilmington.
The big ticket thing that was on the docket was about the new, what you call a bill, that talked about opening up the city positions to people who are non-city residents. And people were upset. People were very upset. So let's go. So I looked up the jobs that are posted because one of the issues was the city couldn't find qualified candidates to fill those positions. So when I saw the notice, I looked up what jobs there were. And I'm gonna be honest, half of I didn't know what the hell they was. So I can't speak to that. But some of them I was looking at and I was like, I know a lot of people who live in the city of Wilmington who could use these jobs and could be good at them. And I didn't quite understand why those city positions were not filled. And there were when I looked at it, there were only 9.
Yeah, and I remember, so my dad used to be the director of Parks and Recreations for some time, and one of the reasons that we moved back to the city was because he took that job, and it was a major deal, like if you were going to work for the city and represent the city and do good for the city, the idea is just fundamentally that you should be from the city, just like if you're going to vote for Delaware, you should be from Delaware, right? Because you know Delaware, you care about Delaware, you're paying taxes in Delaware, you're paying city taxes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes sense. There are arguments. I understand if you can't fill a position or I understand that there are sort of reasonable arguments as to why you should open up the job application pool, I guess. But I think we both are, pretty dug in about the fact that no, if you are a city employee, you should be a resident of the city.
Okay, so
plain and simple.
Real quick for the people. So before I started working for the city, before I started working in this capacity, I ain't know nothing about city government. I ain't know nothing about the buildings and I knew where I needed to pay my tickets. I knew where to return the boots. And I knew where I had to get married. Okay, that's about it. So working for the city, when you work for the city, all the floors, all of the departments and everything are literally for the city of Wilmington. So the people who work like picking up your trash and your recycling, your different utility bills, all of it is for literally the city. So if you don't live here, like Jay said.
And there is flexibility. Like once you put in 5 years, you can move if you want to, but go ahead.
Right. So if you don't live in the city, you don't know anything about trash pickup. You don't know anything about the different bureaus, or not bureaus, but the different sections of the city that people are running for city council. you're not going to know the intricacies. You're not going to know about the school system. There are things you just won't know because you don't live here.
And that's fine.
And
Why would you?
that's fine. So for you to get a job in the city, it makes sense that you live here because you're invested in what's going on around your home.
I feel like you're about to do like a spoken word thing. Because you are invested in your home. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So everyone showed up. A bunch of people showed up.
Cheyenne Miller, we didn't want to post too much video. She made some excellent points. She's so
she was very
she's
articulate.
so sharp and articulate,
yes.
and just she gets right to the point.
I love watching her.
Yeah, flowers to you, Cheyenne,
yes,
for just
Cheyenne.
making the point. You know what I mean? Because she gets it and she says it. She gets right to it in a short amount of time.
Yes. So there were a lot of people who got up there and voiced their opinions. There were a lot of valid arguments, you know, and I was really appreciative of the people showing up and saying, you know,
it's good to see people participate in the government.
Yes, and here's the thing. There are people there who I may not know. There are people there that I may not see eye to eye with on a regular basis. But the fact is that they spoke up for our city, and that's what mattered. So from what I've researched or what I've heard is that this thing has come up before.
And it got tabled.
It was tabled
before. It keeps getting tabled. Just make the vote, guys.
Right.
Sorry.
So the next thing I found out was that the person who sponsored the bill did not show up to the meeting after dropping this information. And a lot of people were angry at that as well, which I would understand because if I'm going to try and pass some type of legislation. Yes. I should be there to support it.
To speak on what you're trying to push.
Right. Especially if it's going to affect thousands of people, right? And I should hear what the city residents have to say because it's not my decision alone.
And because you're supposed to be representing the will of your constituents.
Right. So yeah, there's all of that. And then, so I heard about the meeting, and then I heard there were some whispers, there were some things. And there was a statement put out about HBCU week.
So we're going to play the statement. There's no secret about this. So let's just, it's public knowledge. This is what Velda Potter had to say.
Good evening, everyone. I am so thankful to see so many people here. Like Donald said, I'm very disappointed that the sponsor of this legislation isn't here in this room to feel the love. I have been in conversation with several members of the City Council during this week because this issue has long-standing implications for this city. Its financial health, its economic viability, our sovereignty as a self-governing, incorporated entity here in this state. You've heard metropolitan government said more than once today.
Yes.
And this certainly would be a major step in that direction.
Yes, it would.
Who gives up power and self-control? No one does that. If you want to control your destiny, it is absolutely essential that you maintain your sovereignty and your organization and the ability to select your own leaders. During my conversations this week, I asked several times, where are these reported in the paper 92 positions? I only see 15 on the website. So for my money, all you're trying to fill is 15 positions. So I'm not going to echo a lot of what was said today. I'm going to bring you a little bit of a solution. It is the mayor and the administration's job to fill the positions of this city. Now here's some tips if you're watching. Publicize it. I see groundbreaking. I see press releases on $90 million building developments that are going on weekly, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week. I have yet to see a press conference saying we need people to work for this city. I ask council members, do you know what positions are open? They don't get reports. This is the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you all, I believe, at least I'm told, have seen the positions that are open. Now, if I'm trying to let people know their jobs, I'm coming to the people's people. I'm coming to the council members to help me spread that word. I'm going to billboards all up and down the city. I'm taking the investment that I made in the HBCU week, and I'm making it more than just a publicity stunt and a marketing ploy. I'm making it a recruitment opportunity. Boasting 6,000 scholarships given to the HBCU students. How many jobs have they gotten to bring them back here in this community? Let me partner them with an enhanced benefit package to bring them here. Let me give them a home out of the land bank. And let me give them a $5,000 sign-on bonus. And then let me put in their hands a letter of offer of job opportunity that they can take to the bank and get a $50,000 loan in a heartbeat, convert that home into a livable place, live there for 5 years because that's what the law says, and become a solid member of this community, contributing, paying taxes, enjoying life, and living close to many of the relatives that they grew up with. Administration, that's just a little tidbit. I give you that one.
Thank you.
So, there you hear it. You go ahead, Nash.
So, as you know, me and Jay, we did HBCU week, right?
And we didn't make money.
No, we didn't do
So we
that.
have no, like, you know, financial response. Like, there's nothing that we...
Nothing.
We had a great time, but,
Yes.
like, we were honored to be involved, but, like, it's not like we're, like... By saying what's going to be said, we're not, like, trying to make sure that we keep our money.
No.
So, go ahead.
We are going by experience and what we actually saw. So, number one, I want to read to you really quickly the statement that Ashley Christopher, can I?
Yeah, and before she even reads that, a lot, almost like the bulk of what Velda was saying was good. I agreed with a large amount of what she said, and she made some really good points. And even in reference to HBCU week, the suggestions, some of them were really good ideas, but...
You know, let me just address that because that's on the top of my mind right now. So, number one, the issue with what she said as far as HBCU week is when she said, I'm going to take my investment and change it from being a publicity stunt and marketing ploy. Number one, it's not a publicity stunt or marketing ploy. It's an actual organization that has helped thousands of students go to HBCUs. And even educated them about college in general in a way that made it available to students who may or may not have been able to get that same knowledge had they not been involved in HBCU week.
Quite frankly, again, we're not making any money off of huge YouTube views. Just go to our page and look at the little piece that we put together if you want to get a really big summary of it. But go ahead.
And when you really dive into the week's events, you can see why it's a week of events. You have to engage people. So there is marketing, and there is publicity around it, but it's no stunt. It's not a ploy. It's not something
There's
fake.
marketing and publicity behind every campaign.
Literally.
Yeah.
So for her to say it that way in that manner was really disrespectful in reference to what Ashley has done for so many people. So that's number one. Number two, as she's going through her statement after that, what irritated me, and it's weird, you got to watch
I'm watching you.
One of the things she said that stuck out to me was, take them kids and bring them home so that they can get the jobs in the city. Number one, when you graduate from college, when you go into college, you're not old enough or have the experience to get any of these jobs in the city. You're not going to get a job while in college in the city because you're going to a school out anywhere. Number two, you graduate at 21. You still on your parents' benefits. So that whole benefits package and sign-on bonus thing, it makes sense if you're my age, but when you're first coming home from college, your focus is just get something quick, get an apartment, whatever. The land bank comment, my God, those houses are not only dilapidated, okay, and need to be condemned and torn down.
But that's what I think they would do. Like I actually.
The $50,000 is not enough for you to rehab that crap. All those junky houses take so much money and experience, and them kids. These are children, essentially. These are young adults.
I think this. I think that the ideas in general are in the right direction, and that if you combine the two efforts, like send the kid to college, let him get his education, send the child to college, let them get their education, and then try to, pull them back to the city to become city residents again. That's a great idea.
But in order to do that, you have to have a livable salary.
Yeah. But
you have to have a livable salary. You have to have a home that makes sense.
Yeah.
And right now, those two things are real shaky in the city.
But Delaware's actually pretty cheap next to like New York, which is why those ideas are actually good ideas.
Yes, I get that, but you can't. What you have to be careful with when you have this much time and you throwing out big ideas like that. You have to really be careful how you deliver, because everything she said was like, what?
No, but the problem is that she attacked Ashley for no reason. That's the problem.
That as well. But I disagree.
The idea, if you don't like the ideas, cool, you have that right. I actually like the ideas, but why are you attacking someone who's doing good? That's my problem. I actually like some of the ideas. It's like, but why do you have to tear her down? And why can't you work with her to try and put all those pieces together? Because it could be a giant long-term package. That would be fantastic. But you don't have to knock down what Ashley does. You want to read what Ashley?
Yeah. So.
And this is Ashley's words directly. We're not speaking for her. This is what she said.
Last night, in a desperate attempt to garner support for her political campaign, for those who don't know, Velda is running for mayor next year.
And she's going to be a front runner, which is, it is what it is. Cool, great.
Last night, in a desperate attempt to garner support for her political campaign, Velda Jones Potter appeared on live television before a meeting of City Council and said Wilmington's HBCU Week is nothing more than a publicity stunt and a political photo op. HBCU Week is an organization that was built in Wilmington, Delaware for a constituent base that deserves access to educational opportunity. It is an organization that has addressed the educational needs of more than 10,000 students in Wilmington, Delaware this year alone. It is an organization that has generated more than 6,000 college acceptances for Wilmington area students since its inception, and has raised and awarded more than $70 million in scholarships. And ironically, it is an organization that serves the very constituent base from which this person tries to draw votes. Velda is a career politician who has done nothing to create college and university opportunities for local students, yet she is critical of HBCU Week, which has a vast and proud record of improving the lives of young people. Velda continues to drag down our city through her glaring ineptitude and misinformed views. When she was in public office, she showed us through the Foxtail scandal how little the city means to her. As the founder and CEO of HBCU Week, I am proud of our sponsors, volunteers, and many supporters. We are prepared for these types of attacks. When you do God's work and do it well, you have to expect that demons will try to rise up against you. What's disappointing is that this demon looks like me, a Black woman. Also, I was personally saddened to see that City Council, which invited me to council chambers just a few short months ago to acknowledge and celebrate the work of HBCU Week, stayed silent during and after Velda's full attack on HBCU Week on Thursday night. Velda should know that people throughout Wilmington and throughout the HBCU nation have taken note of her petty effort to cheapen a program that means so much to so many people. Happy homecoming.
Ashley clapped back hard because she had to.
As she should.
If someone is going to publicly discredit your hard work, you don't have an option at that point but to respond. And now we have a situation where you have two strong Black women who are publicly having to take jabs at each other, and it's horrible, it's a horrible thing. And we're better than that.
Yeah.
The city's better than that. We as black people are better than that. We as people in general are better than that. It all goes back to, again, don't air your dirty laundry. You know, it's not a secret. It's kind of different, but like if you have a problem with someone, try to handle it behind closed doors. If you really think that
Jay
Ashley...
and I have literally done that for the past 2 years. We have kept our mouths shut for a long time on a lot of shit.
And we'll continue.
And you know why we do that? Because you don't have to shoot somebody down to build yourself up.
But
and
if
we
someone
see a lot
shoots
of
you
that.
down...
You can defend yourself. You can defend yourself. Ashley was completely 100% right and 10 toes down on what she said, and should be proud of herself for sticking up for what she's done, because what she's done is incredible.
It speaks for itself.
It does. What I am tired of seeing in this city, whether it's politics or independent organizations, businesses, nonprofits, up-and-comers, I am so effing tired of people biting each other's heads off to get ahead. There is no need for it.
And that breaks color boundaries, you know?
It's ridiculous how many times we have had to like bite our tongue on situations and with people, and what we've seen happen to other people. It's disgusting. We are this big. We are this big.
Yeah.
And yet we can't find it in our little town to collaborate properly.
When we have such an environment that could be so easy to collaborate in, you know? And
if anything, what Velda could have done if she had a problem with HBCU week, because for me, it wasn't just about the bill that was trying. For me, it felt like you had an issue with that for whatever reason, and you threw it in there. What you should have done was take those same ideas and go talk to Ashley and figure out how you can incorporate
and
those
show that
things.
you can work with people.
And then made that bill a whole different conversation.
And that would be beautiful.
And
now the city is doing, the city as a whole looks better, has better ideas, has more ideas, instead of like, you have to chop her down and put your thing in place. Like, your ideas are good, but you don't have to beat hers up.
Literally.
And, you know, to Naj, what Naj already said, like, we've dealt with
we get it.
One of the only times in my entire life where someone has blatantly tried to stop what I'm trying to accomplish with lies came from another black man. And so I fully understand Ashley's sentiment and need to respond. And thank goodness that the person who came at me didn't say anything publicly, because then I would have had to go there. It's like if someone punches you in the face, you have to punch him back, right? You know? But thank goodness that didn't happen. And they probably knew, because we, you know, facts are facts. And when I got receipts, you know what I'm saying? And so, and Ashley can come from that same angle. Like, yo, my numbers speak for themselves.
Right.
And it's just unfortunate to have to see. We don't even want to have to address this. We want to talk about all the fun stuff. We're just two goofy people who want to have a good time talking about nonsense.
Okay.
We want to talk about Florida, man.
But
we care about our city.
We do.
And we care about the black people in our city.
So let me say that again. We care about our city. We care about the people of our city. We care about the growth of our city. We care about the events that are benefiting the people of our city.
There's so much
That's why we do what we do.
So
That's why we report on everybody's event
so much
as often as possible. We give flowers to people. And this isn't a, Naj and Jay moment like we trying to, no, we do this because for some reason, y'all are allergic. Y'all are allergic to doing things together. And you're allergic to being nice to people.
Not everybody, but too many.
Y'all know who y'all are.
No, I don't even know if they know, honestly.
No, I'm talking about the people who are the rotten ones.
I don't know if they know that they're rotten, to be honest. I would like to think that they do, but I think that they think that that's how you have to navigate life, and I don't know if they know.
It's not.
I know, but I wonder if they actually know.
My God, it's so annoying. It really is. Like, just grow
in
up.
order for Wilmington to meet its real potential, we have to stop behaving in that kind of a manner. We have to, like, if someone does something wrong, you address it for sure. But things don't have to be public until they reach a certain point.
Right.
And so you work behind closed doors to try to, you know, work out your problems. I mean, again, the amount of times where I could have, the amount of people that I could have just put out there and called out on social media and said all the things, and I don't, because it's not going to be constructive. And last thing, for me personally regarding this specific issue, is I just hate to see black people unnecessarily tear each other down in public spaces for personal gain. It doesn't have to be that way. We can all grow together, and I hope we do better.
I have nothing else to say. I'm just tired of seeing all the bullshit.
Cool.
It's really tiring.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to something great. I don't really have much that's great. Dang, everything is a little depressing today.
I'm trying to find something fun to switch to for this one.
Okay, so, child, over the weekend we've had a mouthful, we've had a brainful, we've had a boat full of Krishan Rock and Blueface. Okay, I'm talking about. We went from Krishan Rock showing up to a meet and greet with her newborn baby, just holding him like a doll in front of thousands, however many people, hundreds of people. That's a problem. Where are her friends? Where is her parent? Like somebody come and get this girl, because this child, that baby just be sitting there like this. I just want to come scoop the baby up. To Blueface doing an interview that came out and God, talking about all the things that are terrible, calling his mother a whore, getting engaged to his baby mama, and then calling all other women who have more than one baby daddy a whore. I am just, it's a lot going on in the celebrity, in Hollywood, Hollyweird. I don't understand. It's baffling to me. And the music is terrible. It's horrible. It sounds like when my son eats cereal in the morning and hums at the same time, but the chewing and the humming aren't synced.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's what it sounds like. And the Yara might be talking in the background, but she's offbeat. That's what their music sounds like. Whew. Lord have mercy. Okay, you give us something. Because I got nothing.
Well, what's on the list? Because I want, like, is there anything that's just kind of lighthearted?
Brittney Spears, Bruce Willis. Okay, let's talk about, so a week or so ago, I hosted a dinner with a friend of mine.
Yeah, there we go.
I hosted a dinner for a friend of mine.
There we go.
And I made a whole spread, right? Because I love to cook. I love to entertain. My friends know this. Jay's been to several of my family, well, like event type party things. I don't want to say party, but then I want to say not an event, but
I went
whatever.
to your parties.
I know,
Or
but
birthday parties.
But
I've never been to like a catered event by Naj. Never made like dinner for me. I went to your parties.
Oh yeah, you never had. Oh.
I went to Ish's birthday, 2 birthday parties, your birthday.
But
birthday
I still
party.
entertained. That's the thing.
You threw a party.
Yes, but like it's an entertaining thing. Like
Okay,
there was
alright.
food
There
and
was food.
drinks,
Yeah. Okay, okay,
hors
yeah.
d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
So I remember my friend saying, "People don't do this. Don't nobody cook." Our age. He's a couple years older than me, but he was like, "Don't nobody my age really be cooking and entertaining." And I know for sure I don't have really any friends like that do that, So I wanted to pose the question to Jay, for your generation, and maybe the one above you, and then I'll talk for my generation, the one below me. What do you think? Do you think that's accurate? And do you think and if you do, why?
I can't speak. I don't know.
Okay.
So I can't speak on your generation because I'm not really connected. Like I know you, but you're different. And honestly, again, I've never experienced this specifically with you. I've only been to like just normal parties with you.
I'm so sorry.
And then I'm not mad. I'm just saying
Now
I've never.
Now I have to do a dinner with.
But I'm just saying, like I've never. I've
sorry,
never.
Lisa.
It's fine. Like, but we've never had that with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my other friends who are kind of in your age range, and I don't think that they have. But all of my friends do it a lot. Tony, my best friend Tony the dentist, he is he's amazing.
Does he get it catered or they cook?
My friend Tony is amazing.
This is the Greek.
My friend Tony is amazing. He's a dentist in Lancaster. He's Greek, and he was raised in the restaurant business. So we will go to his house, and he's got a whole spread, and I don't even know what he's going to do, but within 45 minutes to an hour, there's like a 6-course meal of incredibly good food. And it's unbelievable.
Where Tony live?
Lancaster. And my other friend Mike and Sonia, my other close friend Mike and Sonia, like, you know, they cook. Like, they'll make some kind of a pork and like have all kinds of stuff. So if anything, Lisa and I are like the opposite. We always actually kind of laugh about the fact that we throw terrible parties because we both like we'll get some good catered food if you come by. We'll make sure that you walk away drunk if you have a designated driver. Lisa will bake for you for sure, and that'll be great. But neither of us are real cooks. But even that, now that, because you got me thinking about it, like when my brother has a barbecue or like Cliff, like they throw down, like they put food together, like they. So I guess as I'm thinking through this, you're probably right, and I don't know why your generation doesn't know how to do it, because it's not hard, and I don't, like, you make some food, you put food together, buy alcohol, have friends over, and hang out. Like, so I don't even know what the big deal is.
So like,
and quite frankly, I can cook. I just have to put the effort, but I'm lazy about it. I just don't like to do it personally. But like the times that I've decided to, like, all right, like I've made a chocolate cake from scratch. I can cook the hell out of a steak when I want to. I just don't want to. So I don't even know why it's hard for anyone to do.
You know, it's funny. So now that I'm thinking, like really, really deep thinking, I legit have no friends that have invited us over for dinner like that. No, in Takana, he has invited us over, but again, he's a little older, like my other friend, so that's different. But my friends, so I got my one best friend. So both my best friends, they'll do like once a blue moon.
Like Donnie can cook her face off. Like I don't like everybody.
And I think my friends can cook. A lot of my friends can cook, but as far as throwing down a full meal and saying, come enjoy with me at my kitchen table.
No, my brother, like,
Like, I got the nice dishes and stuff, and I will set the table, and we'll light candles, and like, it's an experience.
But that's
music.
Par for the course. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not knocking you, but
and
like,
I've been doing that since I had an apartment. Like, when I had my first apartment, we used to,
But I don't know why you wouldn't do that, because it's what people do to me.
Part of me feels like, because my friends
I'm
love
the rare
going
one.
out.
I'm the one who, I get it.
My friends love going out to dinner, and like.
So do I.
And my thing about that is, number one, I don't want to spend no extra money. Number two,
but it's more expensive to entertain people.
Not if I got chicken in my freezer.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's
add up
cheaper.
that money.
And then I have leftovers. But to me, I don't know.
It's
I feel like
experience.
it's the experience. It's better for me because I feel it's like more personable.
Oh, it's definitely more personable.
It shows you that I care.
No, it costs more money, and it's also more caring. It's all those things. It takes more.
I don't know.
It's more of an effort.
It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess I'm just weird. But I tell
You're
you
not
what,
weird.
The young people, they don't do none of that.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't, and I'm glad that I'm not.
Most people don't have enough room. Number one, most people don't have enough room because a lot of people live in apartments, like, just enough to fit them and their dog. So I can say, I can see if you don't have enough room. Number two, maybe you don't know how to cook and you can't afford the catering. All right, so then you invite
I learned
everybody
how to cook
out.
steak on YouTube, and I cooked the heck out of a steak. But okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because most of the food I've learned how to cook, like I just made kimchi, and it's delicious.
How did you learn how to make kimchi?
I read it and I watched a video, and I've been eating it for years, so I know. I know what it should taste like.
But I'm saying, like, you read a book and you found a video.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, I remember like when my mom and dad had company over, my mom threw down.
That's what I'm saying.
And we would set the table. She taught us how to set the table, and she would make it look real nice, and we would clean up. So we do the same thing in my house. We clean every room. I don't even care if y'all only gonna be in one living room.
But who doesn't do that?
What?
Like, of course you clean your house before company comes over. I'm not saying, like, it's weird that you think it's like something special. It should be like that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm
Like,
just going
duh,
off
you
what my
clean your
friend
house
said.
before people. But and that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
how
to me,
like
it
how would
should
your
be normal.
friend how would your friend not clean and just like you're gonna have people over and it's just dirty?
Well,
But who would like? What,
I have been places.
I have too, and it's gross. And what are you doing?
Right. Right. I have been places where I'm like
Like it's like if you go to someone's house, you should take a bath, right? So and vice versa. Like if you come to my house, I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna be clean too. Like I don't know where there's a disconnect.
a part of me feels like maybe they don't realize that they need to clean. Like maybe someone didn't say something to them. I don't think so. Cleaning and hygiene aren't common sense anymore.
Well, that's unfortunate
It is that, and I don't know where that started. But washing your ass
because there's no one like I
and
teach.
washing your dishes.
But do
should
you
be
see my
common
point?
sense.
Like, so if you go through the generations, like, okay, so there's me, and I feel like your parents are one generation above me,
Mm-hmm.
then there's my parents. So you're saying that your parents, like, you understand, that didn't skip you.
Right.
So I guess maybe a lot of the people in your parents' generation stopped teaching that. I don't know why they would, but I don't get it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I could grasp the disconnect. I really wish, because I have been entertaining since I've had my own apartment. Like, since I've had my own apartment. When I had Journey, Journey was little, and I would still cook and set it up and invite people over and have
But that's what
kumbayas.
people do. And I wonder how much of this is cultural.
But
because,
I have had friends for years, and
but
I've never
I feel
once
like
been
if
invited
you
to their home.
if you go to like like okay, I'll give you this.
Oh my God, does that reflect on me? Maybe they don't want me in their home.
No, I wonder if it's like if it has something to do with race too. Because my Mexican neighbor next door, he's like 22, and he was damn sure next door making some octopus. You know what I'm saying? Like he's learning how to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, Spanish culture for sure. Like I shouldn't. That's a
Okay,
huge
so
umbrella.
maybe it's not the cooking thing. Maybe it's inviting people to your house.
I don't know. I feel like it's a
Because I
fundamental
have
part of
friends
humanity.
right now who have never invited me to their home. Never. And I've been friends with them for years. I love them to death, have no issue with it, but I realize that they have never invited me to, I've never been in their home. Never.
I don't know what that's about. I have no answer. It's like I think that's like it's the most fundamental part of
Like,
what
are we
it
really
is.
friends?
I think it's the most fundamental part of what it is to be human. Like
It's together.
you get food, you cook it over the fire and invite your friends to the fire, and you share food and beverage over the fire.
Is it
and then you build a house.
exhaustion?
I don't know, because I'm tired too. I don't. If you ain't got no kids, I have no idea
Listen.
why you're tired.
So that Saturday, I got up early and started cooking. So I made 2 Cornish hens. I made sweet candied yams. I made green beans, salad. We did fish tacos. We did a couple different dishes. And like, I was standing, or I had a chair. When I cook, big cook, I always put a chair in the kitchen. So, you know, when I have a moment, I could just sit down after I'm done prepping, or something's in the oven or whatever. I was standing up for maybe 4 or 5 hours, cooking and preparing, cleaning at the same time. So I wonder if, you know, because a lot of my generation and younger, we work a lot. Like, we work
Everybody works a
day
lot.
jobs on top of second jobs, right? So maybe they're just exhausted in the thought of, I already got to come home and clean my house for me. I don't want to clean my house for other people, and I don't want to cook. Maybe that's the thing. And it's easier to just go to a bar. It's easier to just show up to a restaurant.
That is true. It's definitely easier. I don't have.
We
an
need
answer.
y'all. We need answers. We need to know why.
Is anybody commenting?
is-
I'm looking. I'll look. Go ahead.
No.
No. Okay.
Why are people not entertaining in the younger generations?
I mean, I know the reason that I don't entertain a lot.
You don't like people.
I don't really like people,
He don't like nobody.
and I
so
don't like cooking at all.
I'm surprised I'm here.
But when we do have people over, like for birthday parties, like in as much as we don't cook, like
My kids be all up in his house.
we clean the
All
house
up
and
in
we'll
his
get
house.
like some good catering from someone who can make food that feels like it's from home. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll go to the Dominican cafe, or you know. So I don't know why that would be the case, because we are like Lisa and I are the weirdos. Like we're the ones who really don't dig in, and we actively recognize it. Like,
Why don't you?
we don't feel like it. We're not cooked. I don't like cooking. I don't like cooking. It's not me, you know. But I'll eat anything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But we are the weirdos. So
It's very interesting. I'm curious to see what happens because, like, I'm gonna teach my girls and my son.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like
Ray loves
you
that
get
kind
a home,
of stuff.
you're going to make it nice. Like, I'll even tell my friends.
And I feel like people almost do that instinctively. Like Yara just gets it. Like, we're gonna clean up and have tea.
Listen, Yara will come and come look at my room after she's
That's
cleaned it.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you get to the point where you're like,
I ain't inviting you, mama.
Like, when do you turn into just a zombie slob? I don't understand that. You know what I mean?
I don't understand.
Like, Ray is like, she is so bad. Like, she'll probably be the generational switch where, like, mom and dad did not do this, but, like, Ray will entertain, you know? And my son, he's such a, like, host. You know what I mean?
He is.
He's a total host, so I can see, like, he'll...
And what kills me is when you go, like, I have people that I follow who will post their entire setup at their house, like their interior design. Nothing. No parties, no hosting, don't invite. Maybe a girlfriend from time to time, but that's it.
There's nothing.
Like, the whole point of you making your house nice is not just for your zen, but to show off when you got niggas coming over to have a good time.
But not just to show off, but to, like, make them feel at home.
Right, and that's the one thing that I always love is when people come into my home and they say, "Oh, I'm so comfortable here." Like, when people feel, if you can take a shit in my house or fall asleep, I know I've done my job.
Okay.
I've done my job.
I like that measuring stick.
Yes, one of the two or both.
Hey, you got to poop?
I got the good toilet paper. I got the poopery and the air freshness, my toilet clean. Listen, I might even have some reading material up in there.
I'll tell you this. I am the most finicky person when it comes to pooping.
Oh my God.
If
Have you pooped at my house? Why? No, we're not going down the road of another poop episode. No.
In the event that I poop at your house, you know I have reached maximum comfort. Because I don't poop anywhere. I don't even poop at my parents' house anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my mom's house. Listen, we all go to the same bathroom.
Oh, y'all are.
We have the pooping bathroom. We just know it's the basement bathroom. It's the most safest place. It's comfortable. She got everything. Because my mom's house set up like a hotel. Like, that's how I want my house. I want it set up like a hotel where I'll have extra towels, extra blankets, toothpaste, deodorant, all that for when people come over. Like, that's set. And if you ain't got that, get it today. Get you a care package for guests. My mom's house, she got it. And the poop bathroom.
I think it's a fundamental part of humanity that should never go away. The idea of bringing people over into your home and offering them food that you've made so that everyone can just be together in peace and love. It's, you know.
And just to bring this back to the whole collaboration and all that thing we said earlier, what I realized is when I have my parties, I invite the people that I want to collaborate with and have collaborated with, not just my friends, so that I can connect people. Because when you come to my parties, I will introduce you. Like, this is my friend Damala. She is a phenomenal singer. This is Nataki. She owns an art gallery. Oh, this is my friend so-and-so who does this. And I connect. I want people to connect and network. And I've had people build beautiful.
I'm just thinking about what I want to do.
Beautiful relationships from parties. And it also gives you a sense of comfort that I'm homegirl. Like, we
You can fall in my fire and get burnt up and it's okay.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that? All right, that's the end of this show. Thank y'all for watching. Let us know why my generation and younger don't do nothing. I think it's real ghetto. It's time to go. Be nice to one another. Why did you say that? Turn off the camera. I'm done. I cannot. Good night, everyone. You're so embarrassing.